and welcome to Branscum Farm. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm going to be doing episode 3 of Rabbits 101. And this episode is going to be over at what age do you breed and how do you sex your rabbits. Okay, so for meat rabbits, I've talked to a really good friend of mine, PJ. She's at Grace Hollow Rabbitry, and you can check her out on YouTube as well up here, and I'll also link it below. But me and her talked about this, and what she goes by and what I go by is you want the doe to be at least 6 months old, or you want them to be about 9 pounds. Now, she did say that in the summertime, she wants them to be closer to 9.5 pounds, and I do the same thing. So I'll wait for that rabbit to get to at least 6 months old. By 6 months old, they should be very close to that 9-pound range for the meat rabbits. And then once they hit that 9-pound range, we're going to go ahead and breed them for the first time. For the bucks now, they can be a little younger. They can breed as early as 3 months old, but I prefer to use them about 4, 5, 6 months, just depending on what does I have and what bucks I have. I like to get that buck to at least 5 months old. He needs to be about 8.5 pounds to breed, because if he's breeding a 9-10 pound doe or bigger, he needs to be big enough to breed her. And you do not want him to get injured, or you don't want the doe that's way much bigger than him to intimidate him and then scare him, and therefore you would actually ruin that buck, that young buck. Now, I prefer to try to use a new breeder with a proven breeder. Now, that's not always possible. Sometimes if you're getting your first pair and they're both 10 weeks old when you get them, they're both going to be brand new. But I prefer, if I have a brand new buck I want to use in my program, I like to put him with a proven doe, just because it's going to be a little bit easier for him to breed her, because she's going to be more willing to breed. Same thing with does. I prefer to put a proven buck with a new doe. Again, you can put 2 unproven rabbits together and and make babies. It's perfectly fine, and I've done that before. Sometimes it is just harder to make sure that they both do what they need to do in order to get rabbits. And if they're both very young, sometimes you'll have a hard time getting them to breed. So I like to personally have a proven and an unproven, just to make it a little bit easier and not take as long. Earlier this week, I was tattooing some 8-week-old rabbits, and so I'm going to show you this video clip of me sexing them. Anything before 8 weeks old, I'm personally not 100% sure. I will go ahead and get like a peek at 4 or 6 weeks just to kind of get an idea, but my final sexing that I do, especially because I'm tattooing them, is at 8 weeks, and that's when I can tell what they are. So I'll cut to that video really quick and let you see what an 8-week-old buck and doe looks like. Okay.
All right, we're recording.
So this is a little girl, a little doe, and this is what they look like. She is 8 weeks old. See the slit? That's a girl. This is a boy or a buck. Looks more like a burrito. Now, if you don't push hard enough, sometimes you can mistake it and think it's a girl, but see how it's a circular, like a burrito? It just sticks out. You can really see it. That's a boy. So that's what it looks like to see a 8-week-old baby rabbit. Now, once they get to be about 4 months old, they look the same until adulthood. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of those out, and that way you can see what an adult rabbit looks like. Here's Evie. and here are Ben. They're siblings, and they're almost 6 months old. So I'm going to bring them out and show you what an adult buck and doe look like. This is what a doe rabbit looks like. She is pretty pink, but she is not quite old enough to breed yet.
Okay.
Can you see that? Right here with the boy, you can see 2 testicles that are descended. That is a good sign. There you go. You can see him. This is a healthy male rabbit. He does not have a split penis.
All right.